Yo, well, I say hello, motherfuckers, and welcome to the video, man. I am Lost, so what it do? And we are here for UFC Fight Night 167, folks. Happens February 15th, sorry about that, at 8 p.m. So it's our early card, man, so hopefully you UK viewers and stuff like that can tune in. I will be doing a live play-by-play on this channel, so make sure, man, if you enjoy this type of content, you sub to the channel, you ground and pound the motherfucking like button, you ground and pound the notifications so you get notified as soon as I go live, man. And I will be live for the main card, like I just said. Now, what this video here is, man, is my picks for this fight. I'm gonna break down some of the fights of why I like this person over that person. Some of these fights, man, I'm not super interested in, so I'm not going to go in too much detail. But below me, scrolling across your screen right down here, is my motherfucking picks, man. So if you ain't interested in all the yapping and you just want to see the picks and move on about your business, they're down there. But the first fight, man, is a fight between Lando and Yancey, man. Lando is 10-4 with 2 no contests. Yancey is 15-6 with 1 no contest. My pick for this fight is actually Yancey, folks. I like what I've seen out of Yancey. I think he is a well-rounded fighter. His record isn't the greatest, but I believe he is a all-around mixed martial artist, and I believe he gets the job done. Now, we are going to move on to fight number 2. This fight I'm super interested in, folks, and this is why, man. Rogerio is 16-1 with 1 no contest. Ray Borg is 12-4. I have been a Ray Borg fan. Ray Borg's fights have not been favorable for him, man. He has fought some tough fighters, man. Rogerio, I don't believe, has took that same path. I believe Rogerio has came up the right way. He has fought up the ladder. He never jumped real high up that ladder. But in my opinion, man, I think Rogerio gets it done. Rogerio is ranked in the top 10. I believe he's number 7, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe he gets this fight done, man, and I believe he gets it done within the 3 rounds. I don't believe it goes to decision. I believe he beats Borg via TKO. Probably early 3rd round, in my opinion. Not positive, though. Now, on to the next fight, man. Weaver versus Vargas. I believe Vargas gets this fight done. I'm not super interested in this fight. Brock is 13-4. Vargas is 10-3. I'm not super interested in this fight. Vargas is a true 155, where Brock Weaver has moved around a little bit. He was at 170 in his last fight. He's coming down to 155 to fight this fight, man. But I still believe Vargas has the tools to get it done. We'll have to see, though. Now, this next fight is La Rosa versus Mera. I believe that's how you say it. Mera is 12-6 with 2 no contests versus La Rosa at 10-5. Now, I'm calling for La Rosa to win this fight. I know the records don't look that great for her. She has lost 1/3 of her fights, where Mera has only lost, half of her fights. Or no, she's lost 1/3 of her fights too. So the records aren't that great, but both of these women are ranked in a weak division, in my opinion. So the number 12, I believe, gets the nod over the number 13 in that division. We'll have to see how that floats out for both of these ladies that night. Hopefully it's a great fight, and hopefully I'm underestimating this fight to my best ability of being a novice to these 2 ladies. Now, this next fight, man, is a great one, folks. These next 2 fights are going to be amazing fights. Diego Sanchez versus Michael. Now, Diego Sanchez in his last fight looked like the Diego of old, folks. He was on a mission. And Diego Sanchez actually participated in one of my favorite fights, probably actually my favorite fight, with him and Clay Guida. Actually, that fight made it into the Fight Hall of Fame. Diego came back, looked vicious, man, looked like he was back to the old Diego. Now, is that going to be the old Diego? No, I don't believe so, because Diego has been through some wars, and for me to believe that Diego is still that Diego of young before all those wars, it would be foolish. But I believe Diego can get the job done against Michael, and that's why I picked Diego, man. Both of these dudes are bangers. Both of these dudes should put on a fucking show for y'all folks. So if you like that gruely, bloody bath of a fight, this should be a fight for you to watch and look out for, man. Definitely has potential to make fight of the night on any card, especially this one, folks. Now, this next fight comes with a little bit steeper of a motherfucking grading pool here, okay? Because, as you know, Jon Jones just fought in a close fight against Dominic Reyes last weekend. A lot of people, including myself, thought Dominic won that fight. But after going back and watching that fight again, I see where the judges could have scored that, because all 5 rounds, Jones put the pressure on. He controlled the octagon. If you don't know how judging goes, it goes striking, grappling, octagon control, or cage control, fight control, whatever you're in. If you're in Bellator, whatever it would be, cage control, fight control. In the UFC, it's octagon control. Now, one UFC would be, I believe, fight control. Jones controlled all 5 rounds. As far as fight control, he was pushing the pace. He was the man cutting off. He was the man pushing forward. Dominic Reyes did a damn good job in the striking. He counter-striked. He, would slip whenever he needed to and land and get out. Now, in the fight game, man, it is hard to say what the judges judge. That card had a lot of controversy with the judges. There was 2 or 3 calls on that went to decision that I thought was way off. I thought Latifi could have beat Derek Lewis. I believe, I can't think of his name. Krause. I think Krause won. They actually gave Krause's opponent a round where Krause was on his back for 4 minutes. Almost sank in 2 rear naked chokes, and they still gave that to Krause's opponent. Now, with this fight here, Jon Jones has already mentioned in a press conference that he believes if Corey Anderson comes off with a win, that Corey Anderson is the number 1 competitor. I don't understand how that wouldn't go with Jan too. So I believe he just left out Jan because he doesn't have that heat with Jan, because Corey has been yapping at Jon for the longest now. So I believe that goes with both of these guys. Santos would be a good rematch for Jones. Reyes would be a good match for Jones. I thought before Jon Jones needed to leave light heavyweight and go on up to heavyweight to get the fights he needed. But now, after these last 2 fights of Jon Jones, I believe he has unfinished business in 205 at light heavyweight. In Santos, Reyes, Corey Anderson, or Jan. Definitely Corey Anderson, definitely Reyes, and definitely Santos. Santos will be out a year after his 2 ACL surgeries. Reyes, I don't know if he gets an immediate rematch after losing to the champ. Usually if the champ loses, he gets an immediate rematch. But I don't know if they're going to give that to the challenger. Now, I can see if Jan wins this fight, Jones giving that immediate rematch, as soon as I can talk, I will, to Reyes. But if Corey wins, I believe he gives that fight to Corey. Now, this fight has big implements of what's going to happen. I chose Jan in this fight, man. I believe Jan beats Corey. I believe Jan stops Corey. This should be a barn burner, and I know a lot of people thinking Corey is the next best thing because of his fight against Johnny Walker. Now, if he would have went out there and dominated Johnny Walker in all 3 rounds, I would have believed in the hype a little bit more. I'm not saying Corey is a slouch. I'm not saying he's a bum. But what I'm saying is he landed a punch that got the knockout, got the finish on Johnny Walker, a young up-and-coming stud of the fight game at 205. And I believe Johnny lost that fight by coming in too big-headed, not respecting Corey. Corey is a fighter. He is a scrapper, and you cannot disrespect that. Now, I believe Jan gets this done in this fight. I believe Jan gets it done in round number 3 via TKO, ground and pound, or in the 4th. Those are my fight picks, man. Just so y'all know, I will be doing a live play-by-play for this, man. This whole event for the main card anyway. Now, if you enjoy this content, you enjoy the live play-by-play, make sure you hit that sub button with everything you got. Put a guillotine on that motherfucker. If you enjoyed this video, ground and pound that like button. Make sure you head kick that motherfucking notification bell so you get notified every time I upload your latest and greatest MMA news, content, or whatnot that you are subscribing to my channel for, man. My name is Lost Soul. I'm out of here, man. I appreciate the fuck out of y'all.